I'm John Holmes, owner of Holmes Hobbies, and I wanted to make another video today just to talk about the changes that we've done to the SCX10ii from our last video from about 2 days ago. Since y'all have been giving me great feedback in the comments section and letting me know that you like the videos that I'm shooting, figured why not go ahead and just make another one to outlay the new electronics that I put in. So getting down to it, yesterday or day before we had the Mamba Monster X combined with a Trailmaster Pro brush motor installed into the rig. And I have swapped this out to a Trailmaster BLE controller that is from Holmes Hobbies, and the Puller Pro 540. It's a 3500 kV version, 4-pole brushed censored motor. And I engineered this one to have very smooth startup. It's designed for crawlers, although it has plenty of power for something faster. The 540 size is about the same power class as something around a Pro 4 HD or a Castle 1410 motor. So about 550 power as far as the stator and the rotor inside, but it's crammed into a 540 case. Really makes a flexible motor great startup. It's one of my personal favorites that I put into rigs. The previous installation was for more of testing. I like to install different things into rigs when I first get them. So already on a second install, you'll probably see third, fourth, fifth electronics installed down the road. Now, we went with the BLE controller over the Mamba Monster X because it actually fits on this skid plate. I had the Monster X installed on this side and it didn't quite fit in this little cutout that they have, and it didn't have enough room to fit over on this side either. So the Monster X was just a little bit too big to easily place. Now there were some other areas that we could have put it in, moved things around, sure, but while I was switching out electronics, just go ahead and try something different here. So I've got the BLE mounted. I found my Velcro at the shop, finally. And we just hard soldered that right into the motor. Nice and short leads, much cleaner install. And you can see the pigtail coming off that powers our servo as well. This is a male JST plug that comes with the SHV500 servo, which is still installed. Female side comes directly from the servo, plugs in there. When you plug in your battery, servo is on, the rig is on. The BLE controller does not have an on-off switch because they just typically tend to fail, and so I have them made without an on-off switch. Plug it in, she's ready to rock. So, just to show you here, well, we already got the battery in there. 3-cell LiPo, this is a 3800 milliamp hour pack, 35C discharge, pretty standard. Plug it in, we get our 3 arming beeps, and everything should be live at this point. It is indeed. Now on 3-cell LiPo, that is what the servo was designed to work at. This is the speed that we get out of it. Pretty quick, pretty snappy, but it still has about 500 ounce-inches of torque on 3-cell LiPo. Pretty stout little guy. So the transition to brushless was so that I could get the wheel speed as shown in the previous video without having the very fast brush wear. The 5-slot motors like the Trailmaster Pro do wear fairly well when you throw them on 4-cell LiPo, even better on 3-cell LiPo. However, it is still something to where I may get 30 minutes, an hour, a couple of hours of runtime running on 4-cell, and that was really the wheel speed that I wanted to see. So we put the 3500 kV brushless motor into the rig, the Puller Pro 540, along with a 3-cell LiPo, and it should be about the same amount of speed. It's actually going to be a little bit faster than what the brush motor was, but that's okay because it's brushless. It's going to give us that great performance. It's not going to get hot. We're not going to have brushes to wear out too. So all around it ends up being a pretty nice combo to put in there. One of my favorites. We'll see how the overall wheel speed is though. It may be a little too fast for my tastes, and we can always gear it down some or even go to a slightly lower kV motor. This particular rig, the SCX10ii, comes with a 36-to-1 gear down through the transmission, through the axles into the tire. So it has a good bit of gear down stock, but there is actually room for more if we go to a smaller pinion and even a larger spur. We'll see if that's needed. It'll take more testing and tuning to figure out that sweet spot for everybody, but I'm just going to run it with the stock gearing, our electronics in there. I don't have any fancy throttle curves on my radio. I don't have any fancy throttle curves on the ESC. They're both just linear. So it's really a worst case performance scenario, just so we can test out everything and see how bad it could be, which maybe it'll still be pretty good. So let's go check it out.
That's 30% drag brake.
Wow.
A little less. I'd like to point out the lack of torque twist when I punch the throttle. And the drag brake fluid. Sometimes you need wheel speed to get through obstacles. Oh, just won't do it. Just a little bit sometimes. But it's nice to have a little extra.
Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you liked the video showing our new outlay of the electronics on the SCX10ii. I think that the electronics were done fairly cleanly this time, at least cleaner than the last install, so that's always nice. And we still have the option of routing our wires inside that little channel that Axial gave us. So once I figure out exactly which electronics I want to run in this rig, I'll clean it up a little bit more, but in the meantime, it's pretty hard to complain about this rig. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any specific questions about the rig or ideas for future videos, just let us know in the comments and subscribe so you see the future ones. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.